Welcome in everybody, Brandon Vickery from Valpo Sports Information. Glad to be joined by the head coach of the Valpo women's basketball program, Mary Evans. And first, Coach, we congratulate you on the first win of your head coaching career on Saturday, a 78-76 win over St. Francis Brooklyn in Moorhead, Kentucky. And it was a game where you held on to get a win, a game that you had led by as many as 12, you had trailed by as many as 12. Ultimately, what was the difference in the game on Saturday?
I think our girls maintained their composure, and I think the big difference was the third quarter. They came out at the start of the third quarter and jumped on St. Francis from the start, and were really aggressive, and that was good to see. That's something we've been talking about, and I was really happy they came out of the locker room with a lot of energy and effort.
Significant milestone reached on Saturday night as well. Meredith Hamlet getting to 1,000 points, becoming the 15th 1,000-point scorer in the history of your program. What was it like to see her achieve that milestone, and what have you seen from her so far this year?
I mean, that's a wonderful thing for Meredith. I mean, that's really, really hard. And I think people take that for granted nowadays, but reaching 1,000 points in 4 years is an extremely difficult thing, and it's a great accomplishment for her. And it's a true tribute to the fact of the amount of effort that she puts into working on her game offensively. And I'm just really excited to see all the points that come here after 1,000.
Let's talk about one of your other seniors in Allison Schofield. She's a player that played sparingly some in the past, and now she's playing a key role on your team, is starting. It's been exciting to see her take on a greater role. What did you see in her that made you want to put her in your starting lineup?
I think Allison has a really good basketball IQ. I think she really fits our offensive system. I mean, she picked up the screening action quickly. She picked up reading screens. She's a threat to shoot the three, and also is a crafty going off the bounce. I wouldn't call her this great driver, but she shoots it so well. She's got that other part when people run at her. She knows how to finish. But just really, really smart, works hard. I think is an underrated defender. I think she's done a great job moving her feet for us this year, and a great leader. And I'm just excited that she's got this opportunity and she's running with it.
We go from talking about seniors to talking about freshmen. Shea Frederick continues to get better with each passing game, and then this was really the first chance this week for fans to get a look at what Elise Pitts can do. What have you seen from those two?
They're doing wonderful. I mean, they're freshmen. Physically, I don't know that they're ready to play college basketball. That's kind of been our big thing with them, is getting in the weight room and getting stronger. Shea's been able to do that a little bit faster than Elise since she's been sidelined with that injury. But they're both really talented basketball players. Elise brings an athleticism that's a little bit different, and Shea brings a calmness about her game that I think it's been very helpful to our team. She's got a very calm demeanor, is extremely skilled, and obviously can shoot the basketball really, really well.
It's been a busy stretch. You played 4 games in a 7-day span. You did a lot of it shorthanded with players out with injuries. Now you have a week where I think it's important to do 2 things, rest and practice. How do you balance that this week?
That's the challenge. And I mean, I can't stress how proud I am of our girls for fighting. 4 games in 7 days and 5 in 11 is a lot for a team that's basically playing an 8-man rotation. So we're going to take yesterday off. Today is going to be kind of a lighter day, maybe a little competitive, but short, and we're going to try to get some things fixed at the same time as resting our bodies. Going to give them Thanksgiving off, let them go home, spend the time with the family, and then we'll get back to work on Saturday and Sunday to get ready for Toledo.
One thing you've stressed game in and game out is getting better with each game, and I think there's no question your team has over the course of the year, but maybe what are some of the differences and improvements you've made from game 1 to game 4?
I think just their overall understanding of what we need them to do has been the biggest thing. Offensively, I think they're starting to understand their movement is better, they're sharing the basketball better, and that's going to be the biggest thing. As we move forward, really sharing the ball is going to take this offense to the next level. We've got kids that can shoot, we've got kids that can drive, but teams are going to play us certain ways, and we have to be able to read that and throw it to open players and trust that they're going to make the right decisions. And then defensively, I think we're just understanding our concepts. We're still like a second late on our rotations, but we're getting closer, and we actually made some plays in the St. Francis game that we haven't been making. So as they learn and understand things better and it becomes less thinking and more reactive, that's when things are going to start really getting a lot better for us.
There she is, the head coach of Valpo, Mary Evans. The next game for the Valpo women's basketball team will be next Monday against Toledo here at the Athletics Recreation Center. That game tips off at 7 o'clock. For all the latest in Valpo Athletics, as always, visit valpoathletics.com.